Frank the Pest Geek here. So, you remember last week that stop that I posted a video on about finding larvae, fungus gnat larvae, drain fly larvae, and we did 2 drain treatments, and the customer was still finding like 20, 30 larvae the next day. For the first week we did it, we treated, foamed all the drains, and we went ahead and the cracks that were in the tile, we make sure we always foam those, pressurize the foam in there to get it in there in case they're in there hiding. And the tech did that. The tech did what he was supposed to do. The tech failed in one thing. And this is why I'm anal about protocol, policy, procedure. Because 14 years of experience matters. What is the number one rule of fly control if you see larvae? If there's a parent, there's got to be, if there's a child somewhere, a larvae, an egg, there's got to be a parent. There's got to be an adult somewhere. That didn't happen through osmosis. So I said, did you install the fly lamp? No, because the customer said she hadn't seen any flies. Wrong. This is the number one problem. The customer isn't the expert. You are. And when you listen to the customer tell you about insect biology that they don't understand, you're going to fail every time. So this is why on protocol, every single time we do a small fly job, we install a fly lamp to catch the adults. And we will catch dozens to hundreds. So I went last week when I came in, when the customer called, this is why as the technical director, this is why as the service manager, as the general manager, it is my job to figure out why a tech is failing. So on 2 shots, the customer tells me, hey, for the first week after you did the service, I didn't see any. Now I'm seeing them again. We were back there a week to do it because we were going to do the follow-up anyway. We do automatically 3 follow-ups on all drain services for small drain flies. It isn't a one-shot deal. If we do the drain service and we install the lamps, we come back the next week, we should see a massive reduction. Well, there wasn't any massive reduction of larvae, although she's never still seen a fly. I was there. I didn't see a fly either. The tech was there. The tech didn't see a fly either. But biology 101 is, if there's a child, there's an adult. So he installs the lamp, as I told him. I was there cleaning that out. You should have seen all that issue of being cleaned out. Trying to check and see. I couldn't see the timer on this thing. So, installs the lamp. I dry that thing out completely. We silicone it. Customer doesn't see anything for 2 weeks. Calls me yesterday, says, I see a couple. There's like 5 or 6. All right, so I scheduled an appointment to today. We did good. We went from, a lot to nothing changing to then not seeing anything for 2 weeks. Now they're seeing it again. So I go back and I look at the lamp, and there isn't a single fly on that lamp. I go in the shower, there's a fungus gnat and a forward fly. She's got 2 in the shower. How the heck did we not catch it? So I look inside the lamp. Guess what? The technician on the fly web didn't pull back the paper. So we didn't catch any flies because the lamp was not properly set. People get flustered. They get frustrated. They're in front of a client and this isn't working, and the client they're looking at their job failing. This is why I said if you just follow my protocols, my policies and procedures, your failure rate is going to be about 5%. You're going to have a 95% success rate, and you're not going to be demoralized. Every single time that I have a complaint is because the technician did not follow protocol. We had one again. What was the protocol? Big-headed ant. What is the protocol on big-headed ant? We treat the exterior with fipronil, and we put max force complete bait also to bring down that population. Did you do it? Yes. How come it isn't on your report? He did it on the initial. He didn't do it on the follow-up. We're supposed to do it on every single follow-up. Treat that exterior perimeter with granular again. Customers calling back because they have big-headed ant. If you're not doing your job as a manager of coaching, teaching, correcting every single time something is failing, you can't go back at a quarterly review or a monthly review and say, you failed these 3 times in a month, you don't get your bonus. You're not managing at that point. And then you're saying, well, you're supposed to trust the technician. I am. People make mistakes. I make mistakes. You make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. The question is, are you held accountable? And is there a system to catch the mistakes so that they don't keep reoccurring? It's called training. It's called training is not once a year when you send somebody to CEU practice, because that's really what it is CEU practice. Not a whole lot of training, at least for me in Miami, not a whole lot of training going on here. It's mostly, let's get these guys through 1 hour of training and so that they can get their CEU so they can go on to their merry way. So now I peeled back the lamp. We found some little places where the silicone had separated, little tiny ones, and then little tiny dots in the tile where the larvae and the egg could be deposited. So I sealed every single little hole. Now, mind you, I only saw 5 larvae. They were completely dead, dried out, but there were 2 flies in there, a forward fly and a fungus gnat. Folks, this is the value of being certified, being knowledgeable, being trained in all areas of pest control, not just chemical application. He would have, the most companies that I know would have sent that technician back out again. Just keep spraying it. Like spraying more is going to solve that problem when the problem was in the tile, that the grout had come loose. Water was behind there. We had to dry it out. So I go in there with a vacuum cleaner, which, this is what I'm carrying to dry that out. And we would have just keep failing and then wonder why we lost the account, why the customer's upset, why we got a 2-star review. One thing is when you're a solo operator and you know all this and it's all in your head. I've been in this for 14 years. This is the first time I've ever seen a problem like that one. But I understand enough about that biology to know where the root cause is, where the point source is. It's water. We got to get rid of the water. Not more. If he's putting foam in those cracks and it's waterlogged, where's the foam going? It's not going in there. It needs to be done that way. So the customer didn't pay for vacuuming, didn't pay for drying. They paid for pest control. They didn't pay for chemical. They're paying for the control. So now, what could have taken 2 shots has now taken 4 shots because of the mistakes that were made along the way. We're all going to fail. The question is, do we learn from our mistakes? This is Frank the Pest Geek wishing you a pestacular day.